the box, trying to try new things. Right? So that's the song I had when the fuck go to prison. I mean, I was gonna put a mixtape out, but one day I might do that. It's never too late.
Yeah, that beat was tough. That beat was
Yeah.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah. So listen to me, man. You know, I'm over here putting together my iPod equipment right here. James.
Yeah, that's dope, bro.
Feel me?
Yeah, we got people joining in.
Do we?
Yeah, you don't see them? Can you see them? Pull up your
No.
pull up your chat on the side.
Yeah, it's Jay and Benjamin. Jay and right there. There go Jay and Benjamin right there.
Yo, can you unmute people? You can unmute people on your end, right?
I can mute people?
You can unmute them. I mean, if not, I'll unmute them. You just tell me who.
Right here.
You want to mute them?
Well, everybody's muted.
I mute them. I'm not do that.
Participants. That's how you see.
Well, you can just tell me. I'll unmute them.
All right.
Jay and Benjamin.
Lord.
Hey.
Well, we definitely want to thank everybody for coming in. You know, Shawn, we on a borrowed amount of time right now. So the people that's here, I know they want to hear some jewels. They definitely want to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me?
Yeah, there?
All right, there you go.
What up, man? Yeah, keep Jay in mute. I don't want to hear that fucking nigga in his whack ass books. I don't want to hear Jay in anyway. Keep him muted so I can talk about him. He can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Keep my man muted, man. So I can talk bad about him. Yo, you hear me, James?
Yeah.
My man Jay and Benjamin, this is how I met him. I mean, I knew him for years, but we was in jail together, right? So when we was in jail together, he, you know what I'm saying, I was into gambling, playing card. I was reading Iceberg Slim books. I'm saying my mom would think about coming home and saying pimping and selling drugs. My mom was fucked up. I was still in a negative and dark place at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I said about 10 years ago, I was in a dark place. He sees me, he tells me, yo, he gives me his manuscript of his book, give it to me, it's like this here's manuscript. Remember? So my free time in the cell, I read this shit. So I sees him, I tells him, I say, yo, man, I read your book last night, man. I think you're a shitty writer, man, you know.
Yeah, this guy, man.
Yeah. So I said, I think he's a shitty writer. I don't think he's a good writer. You know, nobody want to read about that bullshit. Feel me? See, I was a dream killer. I was in a dark place at that time. I wanted to beat that, but I wasn't a hater. I was in a dark place.
Right.
He's like, we argue like pit bulls out there. You know what I'm saying? So he stopped talking to me too for like about a week or two. He stopped talking to me too. Walk on the compound, walk past me, and talk to me or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I told him he was a shitty writer. So the moral of the story is that, like, you know, a few years later, he wrote like 10 books for me.
Wow. Wow.
He gave me best bestseller book writer.
Wow.
And then I had to call him one day, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna holler at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about some business, but why I gotta shoot my game at him now?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you help me write a book? Yeah, after I don't call him a shitty book writer, I'm like, you help me write a book. So the moral of the story is that sometimes don't listen to what other people tell you. You know what I'm saying? Not even your friends. Cause I was his friend. It just that I was because you don't ever know when someone's in a dark place.
Right.
You don't know when someone is dealing with demons and they act like they ain't dealing with demons and they could be killing your dream. And I was in a dark place at that time. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I had 23 years. I've been down 10 years and I'm gambling and I'm into all type of shit on the compound. My mind was somewhere else. And he was about to go home. He give me his dreams. I'm telling him he's a shitty writer. So sometimes you can't listen to everybody, not even your friend, because sometimes your friend might be in a dark place. Right? But like I said before, that's why I asked him to come and speak. This is my man James right there. Glad for you tuned into the Zoom. My man James Benjamin. I'm saying Letitia becomes my credit specialist, should be somewhere up here. And I want to talk to you about comfort zone. That's gonna be the first subject we're gonna talk about. Comfort zone. Comfort zone is like when you come up from prison, you don't really know that you're in a comfort zone. Like you don't really want to grow out of yourself or move. First thing you do, come home from jail, you tell them like, yo, get Instagram. I ain't getting Instagram. I ain't getting nothing. I ain't dealing with technology. But you have to deal with technology today. You know what I'm saying? Going into the future, the world is going to be everything is technology. So bad enough, we coming home from jail, And then we don't want to step out of our comfort zone. Meaning, like, when I first came home, I wouldn't really leave Elizabeth. I would drive just around Elizabeth. You're in Canada, Elizabeth, Broadway, Linden, Elizabeth, New Jersey. That's it. So this girl asked me to come to New York City and come see her. So I drove all the way to New York City. I took a chance. You know, we're going to go see one girl and come see JM. I took a chance, first time, driving by myself to New York City. When I get there, she says to me, I'm glad you came. I'm glad you had the courage. I wanted to see you going to have the courage to step out of your comfort zone because you won't leave your area. So sometimes people see things in us we can't see. And sometimes people help us in different ways. And she was helping me saying, like, I'm glad you stepped out of that comfort zone because only way you're going to grow is stepping out of that zone. And we be stuck in that zone for some time. You know what I'm saying? So we can't see under our chin unless you look in the mirror. So she was seeing things in me, you know what I'm saying, that I couldn't see. And I thought I had it all figured out. And most people from come over from jail, we believe we have it all figured out. You know what I'm saying? But we really don't. We be stuck in a lot of ways. And, you know, because prison messed you up mentally. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know we be messed up mentally. We thought we got it all figured out because we look good. Our skin look good. We got some weights in. We worked out. We read a few books. But, you know, mentally we be off a little bit. And that's what I want to talk to you about. Like, you have to break that comfort zone to get into marketing. From you have to break that comfort zone to get into the next level of your life. You have to break that comfort zone to understand that this is a new way of going to the earth. When they open the world back up, that comfort zone must be broke. You got to know how to deal with marketing, technology. You know what I'm saying? Deal with different links. You got to learn anything about technology as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because the #1 job in this world, it's like writing a letter in jail. For me, mail is the most important thing in jail. I'm going to give you a scenario. Mail is the most important thing in jail. Internet is the most important thing on the streets. It's no difference, homies. It's no difference. You have to learn the internet by all means. For me, right now, the world crashed, and no one don't know how to get no money. But #1 store right now, internet. #1 business right now, internet. What we doing right now? On Zoom. Feel me? So we all had to learn about this right here, and we have to grow. And that's why I said that I'm going to start doing classes about marketing, how to market your books, how to market, you know what I'm saying, market yourself, how to build your Instagram, you know what I'm saying, how to build in life the next level, because, you know what I'm saying, and when you get back on the streets, one thing you got to learn when you out here now, on people calling you, they coming home, you got to tell them one key word: change is the new hustle. You have to learn how to change. See, James Benjamin knew how to change before a lot of situations occurred. For me, he was already writing his books. For me, he was already moving and shaking. He working on movies. For me, now today, we got to all go to another level and change mentally. We got to erase a lot of our ways of hustlers. The people we call lames, they're winning. The dude we say the suckers, they in position. For me, and we don't know how to hustle no more. That's why we got a position. We got to change. You know what I'm saying? And we stack. The old way of hustling is over with. The new way of hustling is right here for us on this internet. It's millions, pardon me, take that back, billions, trillions of dollars on the internet. And you have to learn how to position yourself to get there. And the only way you're going to get there is learn marketing, strategy, and get out your comfort zone. Remember this right here. In order to make an omelet, you got to crack an egg. You got to take a risk. You got to bust a move. For me, if you're willing to bust that move, I'm going to teach you about marketing. We could be a family. My man James, J.M. Benjamin, whoever on here want to become a family, join the class, join the structure, and pass the word. And you know what I'm saying? You can always contact me, you know what I'm saying, or my man James, any type of way. And James is the one that got to me, J.M. I was doing parties. I was doing a good job as a party promoter. Great job. He see me one day on the track. We had a discussion. And he tell me, you know what I'm saying, like, I think you need to take that same energy and put that in fuck prison, which I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do like that. I wanted to stick with the party promoter. He said, if them clubs close down and they fire you from them clubs, what do you got? Remember, and I'm thinking, you know, he attacking my ego. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what you mean what I got? I'm a biggest promoter in the world. So what do you got? So you ain't got nothing. Feel me? We got War Design explaining this to me. To make a long story short, I went to LA with this fuck prison shirt on. I went to LA wearing 2 shirts. Pusha T see me with the shirt and posted the shirt to the internet. Back to the internet again. Posted the shirt on the internet. I'm sitting in LA, and when he posted on his page, He know what he said to me? Come hit me the DM, said how much that shirt cost. I said 40 for the t-shirt, 60 for the hoodie. That's just throw a number out there. He said, let me get that shirt. What's your cash app? So I had like $700 in people money. I called James, said, yo, you know something, yo? He was right. He was right. I came back to Jersey and started my Folk Prison merch company. Now, I had to make a decision. Either I'm gonna stay with the party promoter or I'm gonna give 100% of my time to Folk Prison, and I done that. You know what I'm saying? I created my company, and I studied. And I remind you now, I had to build a Shopify account. James done it for me. It took me 10 years, comfort zone, I'm telling y'all, to use the iPad. I just started using the iPad 6 months ago. I was so stuck to the phone. I was scared to use the iPad. It just looked too big for me. Feel me? It looked too big for me. So now, back to them, so I'm telling you, I know what y'all gonna coming home. This look too big. I ain't want to touch the motherfucker. So now, I attacked the iPad. I'm using all this technology, and I'm on the internet. Guess what happens? A virus kicks in. All clubs closed down. No more party promoter. All party promoters was laughing at me when I started selling clothes. They was laughing at me. Guess what now? I'm on the internet. I'm with the trains of people that's making things happen in this world when COVID-19 is going on. I'm selling, my merch is doing #1 on the internet right now. I'm selling out worldwide, Australia, Canada. Why? Marketing strategy. For me, I knew to bust the move. I busted out of my comfort zone. I took a risk. For me, I cracked the egg. I made an omelet. For me? So that's why you have to get on the internet. For me, I got an office. For me, I sit all day and market and strategize. You know what I'm saying? My merch, other people, my brand my pages, brand myself, and it goes. I don't want to be nowhere on this earth, but on the internet. It ain't on the corners no more, homies. It ain't in the cars no more, homies. It's in your room, in your house, make it an office, and get on the internet and figure it out, and you're going to get a check. Because it's trillions of dollars internet. If you can't come home and figure a way to get trillions of dollars off the internet, oh man, you lost, homie. That's why you got to take my class with me and James. I can teach you marketing 101 on the internet, like writing a letter, trying to get a girl to come see you. It's the same process. Talk to him, James.
Yeah, well, no, that's facts, man. You know, and just piggybacking off what you said, the main reason why Shawn was able to make the move he made was because he got educated. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the move for you guys now, is to get educated, because moving out of your comfort zone is scary, but in order to attack that fear, you need knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? So knowledge allows you to attack fear from a strategic standpoint. You're no longer scared. And that's what happened with Shawn. He gained knowledge, but he took that knowledge and ran. And so that's really what I want to say before we get into the JM and Tisha and everyone else who got some really great things to say. But we want to just make sure your minds are ready to process what they're going to tell you. And, you know, if you're going to get off of this call and go back to the normal, that's not working. You know what I mean? Why did you get on this call to begin with? So the idea for you right now is to be able to make the decision in your mind that I'm not going to do things the way that I've been doing them from here. What does that mean? Well, you got to cut the Netflix off. You got to cut the PlayStation out. You got to cut the bullshit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keeping it 100. And that's what Shawn did. Like, you know, Shawn, I would like for you just to explain your day. Like, you don't watch no TV. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
I don't have a TV in my house.
You ain't got a TV. Like, but that's where he's at with his grind, where he can be independent. He can be financially free from anybody. He don't have to worry about no job. He don't have to worry about no boss. He don't got to worry about none of that shit. He is his own boss, and that shit is real. Like, and when I tell you it's real because I seen it from the ground up. I seen him do it. You know, it's one thing to give someone an idea. It's another thing for them to take that idea and to turn it into something. You understand what I'm saying? An idea is really nothing unless someone takes it and executes on that idea. So, you know, when me and Shawn had that conversation, it was because I knew he could take the idea and turn it into something. And that's what he's done today. You know what I mean? Like I said, he's totally self-sustainable. And what I respect about Shawn the most is you can't tell him how to run his business. whether it be distribution, whether it be printing, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? He negotiating his own numbers when it comes to the clothing. You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff is self-made from him and the knowledge that he decided to go put in on his own. And so that's the first thing I want to just encourage you guys starting out, is that you are going to make a decisive change right now and say, I need this shit as much as I breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't trying to build generational wealth for your children's children and to have something that's beyond,
something's wrong, man.
that's what I'm
Something's wrong,
saying, man. And again, I feel like everybody on this call, at least we have one understanding, and that is we trying to get it on a whole nother level outside of what America is even offering or can offer us. You know what I'm saying? This internet shit is worldwide at a touch of a button. Like Shawn said, he in other countries at a touch of a button. And I mean, you can be in other states at a touch of a button. It's other states right now that ain't going through what we going through up here in the tri-state. You understand? Like they still just living life like it's normal and shit, like it's golden. So, you know, you can be
so
in
am I, James.
too.
So am I.
Well, you
So am I. I
definitely
get
are.
up
You
every
definitely
morning.
are.
J.M. Benjamin, I call him every morning. I get up every morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't have a TV in my house, my room. I have a TV. I do not watch TV. I read books. I get up. I figure it out. For me, I need more hours in a day right now. For me, it's so much to do on his internet. I need more hours in a day right now. He'll tell you, and he was in jail with me, I needed more hours in jail. I hustled so hard in prison. I need more hours in a day to figure out what's my next move going to be. Let me say, because I got so much going on that I'll be saying, damn, when I go to bed, I gotta get right back up. So this recession is giving me time to focus on more things I want to do. I ain't got to go to the clubs no more now. You know what I mean? So you can make things happen. You got to know how to pinpoint what's important for you. Feel me? If your kids is important for you, if your family's important for you, if your health is important for you, you're gonna pinpoint them things and you're gonna stay on point and you're gonna go to your next level in your life. But you know what I'm saying? Like he gave me an idea, but I ran with it. Feel me? I ran with it because I ran with it so hard that I'm still running. I ain't stopped running yet. Feel me? Because the idea he gave me, it blew. But how many people gave you an idea you didn't even try? And that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? You got to take an idea, you got to go with it. James, I appreciate you every day. I tell you that.
Well, we're working, man. And then, I mean, you know, because we can't get no more hours in a day, what we need to do is we got to build teams. We got to build like-minded people. And that's why we're here on this call today. You know what I mean? And so I'm going to share something in the chat, which is it's a link to some ways to make money online. These are some real easy, profitable ways, whether it be figuring out how to use the app community that's out there right now. You know, obviously you got Uber and stuff like that, but there's other apps out there like TaskRabbit. So if you good with like a handyman or something like that, you can fix shit. Well, that's an app where you could possibly pick up some work. You know what I'm saying? There's also other apps like Swag Bucks. I mean, there's a whole lot of apps out there where you can make money just sitting at home, whether it's filling out surveys, watching videos for advertisers. There's a lot of ways to make money just off of the apps. So that's going to be in this link I'm going to send you guys. I'm also going to have in there ways to make money from like Craigslist. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Craigslist, but you could really make some bread off of Craigslist, whether you're selling stuff. People are also looking for help with stuff like that. So Craigslist is another really jewel where you can make some money. Just depends on what you're doing and what you're looking for, but it's something up there for everybody. So anyway, I'm putting this in the link. I want to give time to the other speakers, but I just want people to know that that's in the link. That's in the chat. Who you got that wanted to speak? JM, what's up, man? I want to hear about this book stuff, you know, because on some real shit, like what people don't understand, no matter, like the end goal or the goal should be building a brand. You know what I mean? Because like with Shawn, when you build a brand, there's so many things that you could pivot and build off of that brand. There's so many things that you could do from just having a brand, an established brand that people can trust. And so when you add books into the mix, that makes you an author, and now you can charge more for speaking, for interviews and different things like that.
Indeed.
So the book game is really big, and a lot of our people don't understand how we can utilize it as just another tool to have as a hustle when we're going out promoting ourselves as a brand. When you say, yo, I'm an author too, people are like, oh, wait, hold up. You know what I mean? So JM, please talk to the people about that.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Good, good.
All right, cool. So yeah, man, Shawn and I, we go back, man, to childhood, to juvenile days, but we wound up running across each other in the federal prison, and during that time, that's where I discovered my hidden talent for writing. So I'm telling this story. I'm gonna run through the story right quick to get to the, again, the end game, like you were saying. But I wanted to give some substance as to how I got to where I am today. An Essence best-selling author, an award-winning author, an award-winning independent filmmaker, screenplay writer, bookstore owner, just a variety of titles stemming from just an idea, a vision, a dream, and having a goal while incarcerated. So, I come from the streets. Since 12 years old, I was in the streets. By the time I was 21, I was in federal prison. So I did 12 and a half years. And during that time, a counselor had encouraged me to keep a journal and to just, express myself, because she believed that I was an angry dude. And, myself, I didn't believe that I was angry. And a lot of times we don't really know what's bottled up inside of us, when we going through and surviving what we survived in the streets. And I was raised, my pops was in prison, raised by a single mom, growing up in the project, the stereotypes. And anyway, my journals wind up becoming manuscripts. And what wound up happening was I started seeking information about, being an author. I really didn't know, prior to me writing, because it's not like I have a story. Like I always wanted to be a writer, an author, when I grew up. That wasn't on my cap at the time. So anyway, I wanted to learn what it consisted of to be an author. How did you even become an author? What publishing consisted of, and the proper channels to, submit and things of that nature. So ultimately, I came across some books that taught me the business. Very important when you're dealing with a product, and especially in entertainment. The one thing that I've learned, because I'm in the music, in the entertainment world as well. So music, movies, books, those products, those contracts, how that's structured, how, that whole infrastructure, they're very similar, when you're signing with the company or if you're independent, it's very similar. So I learned the differences between signing with a major publishing house, signing with a small publishing house, signing to a subsidiary publishing house, self-publishing versus print on demand, all of these things here. So ultimately, before I was released from prison, I wound up getting a 2-book deal with a small publishing company after I started submitting to publishing houses while still incarcerated. Because the one thing that I knew that, while still in, I needed to figure out what I was going to do when I get out to ensure once I'm out, I don't return. I knew I was a street dude. I had minimum education, limited skills, had no trades. I didn't have a wicked jump shot, wasn't no rap. I didn't have none of those things there. I was just a hardcore dope boy, a street dude. So I knew if I didn't figure out another product to push, that I'd be coming back for pushing the product that I'm accustomed to pushing. Shawn was speaking earlier, we're creatures of habitat. We have a tendency of going back to our comfort zones where we feel most comfortable. If we fail at anything else in the world, in life, we know if we go back to the hood, the streets will welcome us and embrace us with open arms. So I knew I didn't want to get that hug. So anyway, a small publishing house put me out, and 6 months, man, before I came home, about 4.5 months before I came home, my first urban fiction novel, which is Down in the Dirty. This is a new cover. This was the 10-year anniversary 4 years ago. I've been a published author since 2005, been writing since 2002. But when the book came out, man, before I came home, the joint had already hit the Essence best-selling list.
Wow.
I was still incarcerated, and people, just to know that people were pouring into stores and picking my book above you know, some of the iconic African-American authors that I was reading.
Right.
Authors like Alcidic Banks, Quan, Nikki Turner, Wahida Clark, you know, things of that nature, Shannon Holmes, the ones that inspired me. And people were choosing my book over theirs, you know, to hit a list. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, when I came home, I discovered, man, that, you know, because I still didn't make the correlation between who I was before and who I was transitioning to becoming. Not just an author, but a man, you know what I mean, and a businessman, a professional man, you know, stepping into a new arena. So when I came home, man, it was just such a phenomenon. My first year home, I managed, like I said, in the African American Literary Awards. I wound up winning, you know, winning for best urban fiction and breakout author and things of that nature, hitting these lists. But, you know, what it did was, what writing did for me was it opened the door and provided a new platform for me. Like people like Wendy Williams, when she was on the radio, I did her show. I wasn't even home 30 days. My first 30 days home from prison was phenomenal. Like Wendy Williams had already read my book before I touched, and she wanted me on her show. You know, Michael Baisden, and then the New York Times had reached out to me, and so many newspapers and things of that nature, not because I had wrote this book, but because I was this ex-offender back in the streets, back in the hood, pushing a different product, getting them high a different way. Now, instead of, you know, being a part of the destruction of the community, I was a part of the upliftment. But this is unbeknownst to me that my manuscript, my thoughts, my ideas, something, my blood, sweat, and tears, putting ink to paper, you know what I mean, was creating this impact. I didn't realize how big of an impact it would become. Mm-hmm. But when I came home to my city of Plainfield, New Jersey, there was no African-American bookstore in my city. So I had to do a book signing at a barbershop. But I had vowed that day that next year, that time, there would be a Black bookstore in the city and I would own it. And that stood true. A year later, I opened up an African-American bookstore that stood for about 8 years as one of the top African-American stores. Again, just had a manuscript, just want to come home and push a different product than what I pushed, you know, to get me in prison. From there, I hit the front page of the newspaper, man, of the tri-state area. And the high school reached out and said they wanted me to come speak to some kids. And I'm thinking, like, speak to them about what? I have nothing to offer them. I have nothing to give them, you know? And then I realized that there was an epidemic, that we were losing our young people at a rapid pace to street and gang violence. So I became an advocate and a voice, you know, for the streets and, you know, for change and, you know, all of these positive things. Again, just from a manuscript coming home from prison, no real extensive 11th grade dropout, GED in prison. So you have to take those necessary steps to strengthen your foundation while you're still incarcerated. So when you come out here, you don't weaken. Your foundation don't become moist and you fall and resort back to what got you in there. I knew that I was susceptible to that if I didn't figure it out. But ultimately, man, the writing just, you know, was the foundation, was the tree that extended branches like, again, bookstore, motivational speaker, mentor. Then I launched my own publishing company, and I wound up publishing about 8 other authors under my company, man. And I'm sharing this again because this is who I was in the streets. Started out on the block, progressed, drug trafficking, workers, money in abundance. So same game, different product, man. Equal opportunity. Well, not now, but then my only experience and education and background in business was what I learned from the streets. My business lessons, my values and things of that nature, and they spilled over into literary. And my first year home after being out of prison, after coming home to nothing, I was able to earn 6 figures, man, in under a year after being out of prison. And, you know, for someone who, you know, is an entrepreneur or went to college or launched businesses, that's really nothing to them. But someone who comes from the hood, single parent home, broken home, dysfunctional home, you know what I mean, a world of negativity, choosing wrong over right, you know what I mean, coming out of prison, being home for as many years as you served in prison without returning back. Those things are huge to ex-offenders. You know what I mean? To be able to find something that you love, get paid for, and you can go home and you don't have to look over your shoulder, you know what I mean, or sleep with one eye open. So I wanted to share that story, but to also offer that since then, I've gone on to help over 200 aspiring writers to become published authors, either teaching them how to start their own company, become their own bosses. Again, same type of person I was in the streets. If I'm on, you come home, you my man from jail, or you good peoples, or you look like, you know what I mean, you look like you about something, I'm gonna put you on. So again, equal opportunity. I apply the same dedication, time, passion, and energy that I do into literary as I did when I was pushing a different product. And I know we got other speakers to come on, but anybody who wants to connect with me, anyone who has manuscripts, if you want to turn your literary dreams into published realities, you can find me on any social media, J.M. Benjamin.
Sure, that's amazing, man. I mean, yo, you gotta unmute yourself, Shawn. Unmute you. Hold on, let me see. Let me unmute this.
Man, he probably still over there talking about, man, Joker whack ass book. Yeah, he was a part of my motivation, man. You know what I mean? When I left him, I went and worked on the manuscript. Like, yeah, he gonna see me on TV, hear me on the radio one day, and now here it is. We can come together.
Yeah, James. Yeah, James.
Yeah.
I told him he was a shitty writer. In them terms. I said, yo, bro, I read your book, you know what I'm saying, man, you know what I'm saying, and you my man. I don't want you to take this the wrong way. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. He's a shitty writer, man. Just trash. He said, what? They short now, you know what I'm saying? What? Bro, I ain't lying to you.
Never read one page, man.
That one right back here. I might have read one page. I told you I was in a dark place at that time. I might have read one page. Yo.
I gave him the manuscript, man. I told him, yeah, give it back to me. When he's done, gave it back to me the same day, man.
Jay. I gave it to him like, this is Jay, look. You know what I mean? Shitty writer.
Yeah, here you go. Nah, this ain't for me.
I mean, I was wrong. That's what I'm admitting. I apologize.
Yeah.
I told him I was in a dark place at that time, man. He said, you know what your problem is? I know what your problem is. You were ready to read the Iceberg Slim book and Horse Son. You want to be a pimp. You stuck, nigga. Yeah, nigga.
That was his game plan. That was his game plan right there. His game plan was to come home and get a whole stroll of hoes. That was his plan. Yeah. On some Machiavelli. He was coming home on some Machiavelli shit.
Right. That was my plan. The gamble.
Oh yeah, and the gamble, yeah, and open up a gambling spot.
I was gonna be a gamble spot up. Come home, give me some hoes. I was gonna pimp. Iceberg had me fucked up. The Horse Son.
That makes sense now.
Trash. My mind was twisted.
That makes sense now, Shawn. I was there. I saw how you was moving. That make a lot of sense now.
Yeah, you see it now. It's all coming together now. Yeah. My mind was twisted. I'm admitting it. I had to get my mind back right, man. I was fucked up, man. And I was, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you. When dudes be coming home and I be seeing them, I know they fucked up. I know they lost. Where I'm coming from, but yo, I came home. I tell people all the time, but I was educated. You know what I mean? As long as you educated and you have a vision and you willing to grind, you're gonna be successful out here. I've been home 10 years. I never went back to jail.
I got a question. We got a question for you. What would you say to someone who is, they want to start their own business and doesn't know where to start?
First,
Who
you gotta
that
start
question
with
for?
confidence.
Whoever want to answer it.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Shawn. I'll piggyback off you guys.
First, if you want to start your own business, you know where to start at. You gotta find out what you like. Because if you start a business and you really don't like what you're going to do, I love what I'm doing. So it's not like it's work. I mean, I like talking to people. I like getting out. You know what I'm saying? I fold the clothes up. I grind. I pass out flyers. You know what I'm saying? I love what I do. So it's not that hard. So my business is going to grow because I love what I do. But your business is not going to grow if it's like you're miserable in the business. So right now, I had to sell candles, and I don't like candles. I'm miserable in the goddamn business. So I'm going to sell the candle to a person I don't even love the candle. So whatever you do, you got to love it. I love my product. I love what I do. I mean, everything I do is personal to me. I believe in it, what I'm doing. So if you get a business and you know what I'm saying, you got to figure out what you like. Pinpoint what you think you're going to love. Because all of us got a gift. All of us have the potential to own our own business. No one is special. No one is better than the next man on this earth. Just that you haven't tapped in that person who you want to be and what business you really want to represent you. And that's how you're going to figure it out. My opinion. Okay, James Benjamin.
Yeah, no, definitely. But to piggyback off of what Shawn was saying, when you want to launch a business, before you launch it, first you have to prepare yourself. They say in business, if you don't prepare to fail, then business is not for you. Because the first sign of trouble, you will pack up and be out, you know what I mean, if it get too hot and heavy for you. So one, you want to make sure that you prepare for any hiccups, any form of failure. But digressing, backing up, what you want to do is you want to find your product and target and hone in on your target market audience. Who is your audience? Appeal to that audience. Once you figure that out, establish your business as a legitimate business, meaning an LLC. Take the proper steps and precautions to make sure your business is solid. Protect your business, because the more it grows, you know what I mean, the more you'll have to deal with. And you'll find yourself running into a situation if you don't have your I's dotted and your T's crossed.
Yeah, that's a fact. And I love that you mentioned about knowing your target audience. A lot of times when people create businesses, they feel like they could target any and everybody and end up reaching nobody.
Indeed.
You know? And so doing your homework is very important. And again, it has to mean everything to you. There can't be no excuses. You know, whether you have kids, whether you have a job, you have to make the time, you know, so you have to make the sacrifice at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So whether that means getting up earlier in the morning or staying up later at night, be prepared to make the necessary sacrifices and understand why you're doing what you're doing. And the other thing that I could tell you too, because I'm the marketing guy, that's just my background. So once you get your business, you get all the proper, licenses and LLCs and all that stuff. You know your reason why, you know your target audience. One of the main things to get customers, you want to have some sort of offer. You know, what is it that you're going to offer a stranger, someone who has no idea what your business is, because you really want to get outside of friends and family, you know what I mean? So you want to reach, strangers. And the best way to reach a stranger is not to just sell them. You know, like Shawn was saying in the beginning, it's like you dating. And whenever you are trying to date somebody, when you first meet them, you don't ask to sleep with them. Well, I mean, hopefully, if you're trying to have something, long lasting, you that's not the first method that you go to. So you want to have an offer or something that you can get to get attention from strangers and bring them from a stranger to someone who now has an idea who you are. And in sales, they call it a funnel strategy. You have a cold audience, a warm audience, and your core audience. And the core audience, obviously, people who know you, they brought from you. A warm audience is someone who's got a sample from you, someone who's giving you their email or their phone number. And that's a lot easier sell than someone who's never heard of you before. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times people fail because when they do get some money or they do start marketing, they're trying to sell to a cold audience and they're not getting any return. but you're not going to get a return on that because that's not how it works. You know, so you want to warm that audience up, and the way you do that is with some sort of offer. So like if you're a restaurant, maybe it's free lunch. You know, you're doing a promo where you're offering free lunch, but people got to give their phone number and their email. You know, so now what are you doing? You're building your email database of people who are interested in your food. Or if you're a barber, it's the same thing. You know, maybe if you're a barber, you're targeting single moms because you're trying to get the sons or whatever, right? So you could do a free haircut for a child. You know what I mean? And now you're building up your database of people who now know who you are. And when you do go to try to sell them, it's not like they have no clue about who you are, what you offer. So, you know, again, these are all strategic approaches that you want to make sure you have when you're first starting a business, so that you're not going in cold, you're not going in without no strategy, and you're not going in blowing all your money. You know what I mean? And not where you're spending, not know where you're spending. That was a really good question.
Ready?
Go ahead.
Hello, Nisha.
Yeah, we got to talk that credit.
Hi. Thank you so much. And thank you for inviting me to be on this call. I want to just give it up to you guys. I'm loving the transparency. J.M. Benjamin definitely dropped a lot of nuggets. There's a lot of power in writing. People don't understand that, especially when it comes to setting smart goals and things like that. It helps you to be able to clarify, you know, your goals, your priorities, and your intentions. And, you know, people don't understand there's so much power in writing. So much success to you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely. And James, you know, I don't know you personally, but you sound like a very informative guy. And I love what it is that you're doing, dropping nuggets, giving feedback, sharing the information on things that help you to become successful. Most people, they don't like to share, you know, how they making them dollars. They want to just be the only one rich and balling. But see, God is going to bless you because you want to share the wealth.
Amen.
You know, you definitely, I can see that you're genuine with your craft. So much success to you as well. And showing you, I watched you. You took me back when I was listening to you share your story. I watched you on the sideline accomplish and hit a lot of milestones since coming home from jail. I didn't know you before then, but I watched you come out of jail. When I was managing the girls at Jersey Girls, you came in. You know, you got on as the promoter, and I watch you take off gradually from just being a promoter to parties to now becoming Shawn Hartwell, the celebrity promoter, you know, to now fuck prison. You know, you got a major movement that's happening. You know, you're inspiring so many people. You're motivating so many people. So definitely, I wish you much success, which is one of the things that attracted me to you to be a part of what it is that I have going on in my movement because of your platform. And I see you trying to rewrite a lot of your wrongs to set people up in position so they don't have to go through the same struggles that you actually had to face. So much success to you. So
Thank
just
you.
to introduce myself, guys, my name is Lanisha, and currently, you know, I wanted to share with you guys about my movement. I'm on board with some major influencers currently, and we're out here making a huge impact in the communities, you know, when it comes to helping people get on track with their finances. You know, in today's world, most people believe that cash is king, but credit is power, guys. You know, and most people don't know that the world is about to be ran off of credit. With us being in COVID right now, when the cash run out, people are going to need their credit to be able to survive. You know, when the last recession hit in 2018, most billion-dollar businesses were started during the recession. When you look at businesses like Groupon, Vimo, Pinterest, those companies was started during the recession. So people want to say, what's your 6-month plan, your 1-year plan, your 5-year plan, but what's your 90-day plan? And if you're not looking at life from that perspective, what are you doing to prepare yourself for the next move? So how I got into the movement was, you know, when I came up out of the club industry where I was making lots of money, I got with child, pregnant, high risk pregnancy. I had to come out of corporate America, and I had to set my side hustles aside because I had a life inside of me that I had to get here. So I had no income. So I leveraged my 800 credit score to live. My son was in college at the time, you know, and I had to do what I had to do. So I used my credit to be able to live. But being in a position to not be able to pay, it made my credit score drop. So, like, Shawn, you kind of shared you being in a dark place. When this opportunity came upon me, I was in I was in the darkest place in my life because at that time, I had been going through trial from my son being murdered. So when great things was happening for my cousin, when I saw her bankruptcy removed through using these services, and I saw her transforming and her credit score jumping in 60 days, she's telling me, come on, get on board, get on board. I'm thinking in my mind, because y'all touched on mindset. Mindset is everything. I'm like, how can I help people? And I couldn't even help myself at the time because I had been struggling with the obstacles I was faced with in life. But I had to start looking at things from a different perspective because it was those obstacles. It's two different types of people. They're going to use those obstacles as excuses to keep them stuck in their situation, or they're going to use them obstacles that they're going through to fuel them towards greatness or success, whatever it is that they're looking to accomplish. So being a part of this movement has trained my mindset, and it helped me to become one of those people that use the obstacles to fuel you. So I said, look, I'm in a bond. I'm in a tight situation. I was living paycheck to paycheck. You know, I had been working corporate America for over 20 years. And then this opportunity came up. I stepped out on faith, borrowed the money. I got started with this business opportunity to be able to share information with others and be able to help myself at the same time. So key word, it wasn't just about me. It was about being able to put other people in position to help people. So I got started with this amazing company, y'all. I am currently serving as a regional sales director with financial educational services. It didn't always start out that way. I already told you guys I was living paycheck to paycheck. I went from taking on this opportunity because I was actually in need of credit restoration. I needed services, but I said, hey, I know a few people with less than perfect credit, so let me take the opportunity to be able to just go ahead and refer people and see where this goes. Me doing that and my part-time just simply referring people, again, y'all touched on social media. Social media puts in places that you may not be able to walk in. When you say that we are in a digital world, we are in a digital world right now, guys. So if even though people say word of mouth is the best form of business, no, social media is the way. And that's everything real. So if you're not on social media, get on social media. When I say I started referring part-time, okay, to what it is that we service, and I'm gonna just share with you guys at the bottom some content of, you know, what it is that I actually do and what I help people do, you know, just to share with you. We help people remove inaccurate, obsolete, unverifiable items off of their credit report. Things like repos, student loans, collections, bankruptcies, evictions, child support, anything you could think of that's impacting a person's credit score. Our credit attorneys go ahead and dispute that against all three bureaus at the same time. You know, which kind of sets us aside from other companies. Typically, our members see results within 45 to 90 days, okay? So just to share a little bit else with you, some of the services that is included with our protection plan, these is pretty much how your credit score is factored up. But just to finish sharing my story, I got started with this part-time, sharing the services with people. Next thing you know, the money that I was making part-time just from doing this actually allowed me, it started overtaking my daytime job. So it put me in a position from this opportunity to be able to walk away from corporate America. So when you talk about opportunity and you talk about wealth, it's about multiple streams of income, guys. I was already working a job as a resolution manager, making about $23 an hour, but yet I was still living paycheck to paycheck. I needed an additional stream of income. And what most people don't understand is most millionaires have 7 streams of income. They're not just rich off of that one thing, okay? So when you're talking about creating wealth, it's about making your money multiply. So that's one of the things that my movement really teach people as well, outside of just helping them get perfect credit. Our main objective is to teach people how to protect their finances, their family, and their future with our services that we offer, which I just shared a few of those with you. So I was able to build. I went from living paycheck to paycheck, but because I chose to use my platform to bring awareness, because I knew a few people with less than perfect credit. I'm now running a 6-figure business from my cell phone. All from my cell phone. Most people waste. Shawn, you kind of share that you don't even watch TV. You got people that dedicate so much of their time to just being on Instagram, Facebook, just liking people's pictures. How about making money from your phone? How about doing something or sharing something that may actually help somebody change the whole trajectory of their life? Because that's what it's about. It's about creating sources of income. And right now, jobs is not the only stream. With everything happening with COVID, people being let go from their jobs. So basically, what I'm saying is this type of opportunity that I want to share with you. One, if you in need of credit restoration, I got a proven track system that has removed, and Shawn as well, because he's on board with me as a business partner. He has a service to be able to provide you guys with, to help you guys be able to get perfect credit. And what most people don't understand is it's not just about getting a perfect credit. It's about being educated. That's what we're lacking in the communities. We're lacking education.
Yes. Can you do me a favor and touch on, because they don't understand how you can hustle credit, but also the fact that business credit is different from personal credit.
Absolutely. And actually my business got started because we was doing credit restoration for businesses. But when the market did crash in 2008, we saw there was more consumers that needed our services. So business credit, you need your personal credit to be able to establish that business credit. I'm talking about $20,000 credit limits. In order to be able to get that, you need to be able to leverage your credit. So you need to put yourself in position to have buying power. That's what good credit do for you. Right now, for people to be able to be a homeowner, the FHA just changed their requirements. It used to be a 580, you could get approved to be a homeowner. Now you have to have a 700 credit score or better to be able to, and 20% down to be able to be a homeowner. They changing the game up on us. So right now, with everything that's happening with COVID, you need to be preparing yourself for what's about to happen. That's about putting yourself in position to be able to invest in these properties, because what's going to happen, they ain't going to be able to sell these homes. So now they're going to have to drop the money on them. So if you're not in position with your credit to be able to qualify for the loan, then what you going to do? So credit is everything. You basically not going to be able to get jobs without good credit, to be quite honest with you guys. To get an apartment, some jobs won't even hire you with poor credit. So credit is the wave, and you can hustle credit because it's 68 million Americans with a score under 600. And just if y'all could participate a little bit in that chat, for everybody that's on this Zoom, if you know somebody with less than perfect credit, just drop a 1 in the chat. So that's just to show you how real this is. So all because I stepped outside of my comfort zone. Another thing y'all talked about, I stepped outside my comfort zone because I could have easily just said, nah, I'm just going to work on me. But I said, you know what, this makes sense. I need my credit fixed, and plus here it is, I need the money. I had to borrow the money to get started. So why not be a part of something that's going to open up a world of possibilities for me to be able to possibly capitalize and multiply. You guys know, James, hybrid marketing. Network marketing has created mostly some of the most 6-figure, 7-figure earners in multimillionaires. Being able to build a business from not being behind nobody's desk, being able to be your own boss, call the own shots. I said to myself, I'm right here working and fueling somebody else's dream. If I put 10% of that into me, I know the sky's the limit. And that's what I did. And because I stepped out on faith, I went from living the paycheck to paycheck. My business is now monthly doing $25,000 or more a month. I'm now running a 6-figure business that's my own, all because I had bad credit and I decided to be able to share, simply share. I'm not saying go out there and stop what you're doing. All you're doing the same way you refer somebody to your favorite restaurant, to a movie, whatever it is, you go ahead and just refer them to something that they really need that can possibly, when it comes to the business side of it, change the whole trajectory of somebody else's family, because that's what it's about. Setting yourself up for generational wealth, being able to leave your grandchildren some bread. And to be real, to capitalize with us as African Americans, it be our mindset, y'all. We not thinking big. We want to be millionaires, but we don't want to work towards having a millionaire mindset.
Yeah, and you know what? We had someone ask, or someone said, nobody's gonna be able to afford that realistically. And I think they were talking more about the real estate side. But one thing to understand about real estate, there's so many different hustles in real estate. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and so many that I can't even really speak on, but you don't necessarily need a lot of money if your credit is right. And again, it depends on what part of the real estate game you're jumping into. But there are a lot of different hustles when it comes to real estate. So, you know, again, the idea is to build generational wealth from several different revenue streams. You know what I mean? And so that's what we really want to stress. You know, the credit, the books, the t-shirt business, because even again, when it comes to building your brand, these are all things that you can pivot off of from. So it's very important. I mean, that credit, man, I'm still working on the credit part myself, you know, keeping it 100, because I really just started to understand the power of it. And this was right before the COVID start, you know, really started happening. I had started doing the credit thing. And yeah, I mean, it's serious, guys. I mean, again, I never took credit serious. I was all about cash, to be honest with you. So, you know, but I see the benefit of credit, and you know, these white people fuck with that credit, man. They respect that credit shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's yo, we got to infiltrate the system. And in order to do that, we got to get in it. You know what I mean? You got to get in the game to play, you know? So yeah, I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Because credit is power, guys. And that's, like you said, you just started educating yourself. Imagine how many other people out there that's not educated on the important matters of having good credit. You get so much buying power. It allows you to be able to leverage, you know, especially for entrepreneurs that is running small businesses, mom and pop businesses. They exhaust so much of their personal credit trying to keep their business afloat that they wind up, because they're not educated on how to leverage it, they wind up finding themselves falling in bad position with getting bad credit, because they exhausted so much to try to build and fuel their dream and their passion. But when you educate it, then you know better. When you know better, you do better, to be quite honest with you. So just to share a little bit about the opportunity that Shawn does have to put people in position, because one of the things I do love about network marketing, it is a market that you can come and actually be yourself. You know, so that you can connect to your tribe. One of the things I love most about my movement is that you're welcome to be exactly who you are, because your story is your glory. And we believe that stories, people can relate to them. So somebody like Shawn, being an ex-con that can come out of jail and turn it up the way that he did, most people coming out of jail don't have those type of opportunities. So they start working dead-end jobs. They already got the hustling mindset, and they're not able to get back to the bag that they once was normal to. Kind of what Mr. Benjamin said. He didn't want to have to revert back to going back pushing. So he put a plan together in his mind. He sat down and he thought about what his next move was going to be. So he started working towards that. And that's where your mindset come in at. So our opportunity allow people to come in as they are. We don't do no background checks. We don't do no drug tests. We just want you to have a winning mindset and want to be a part of something that's bigger than you. We about adding value to people's lives. You know, we have some of the best training for free. We done brought in Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Ray Higdon, Eric Warren. We just did free trainings with all of them. And this is the type of platform that our pinnacle leader is sitting on. She's connected to the top of the top, and her being a multimillionaire, she's not charging us where she charged people normally for thousands of dollars to get this type of knowledge. We're getting it for free. So it comes with personal development as well. And they teach us about this. And this is how I was able to come up out of the dark place I was in, the depression, the anxiety, because I made it about something else that was bigger than me. So the satisfaction that I'm getting from putting people on board when it comes to helping them accomplish their goals, to get a house or to be able to buy a car or be able to just go from poor to great, you know, that's very satisfying to me. So the opportunity that we afford here is to allow people to be able to build a big business from home. Somebody asked earlier, where do you start from to start to be able to become a business owner? Let's go to, what if you were given a blueprint to help you be able to build a big business, and all you got to do is be coachable and be able to follow a blueprint that's already been in place. We have a business in a box opportunity, basically, for somebody to come on for a very small amount, which is only $288. With that $288, you're able to actually get advantage of $100,000 life insurance with no medical exam needed. Now that right there is a whole nother ball game. And I'm not gonna talk over that. How many people, by putting a 1 in the chat, that y'all know with a pre-existing condition that can't even get life insurance right now? We're giving away $100,000 in life insurance for free with no medical exam needed, just for becoming to be a part of our movement. We also give you a website that's maintained by the company. Most businesses that's been in business for over 20 years don't even have a website. So for $288, you're getting a website. You also get training and support. When I tell y'all, I done built some great relationships on board from Instagram alone, from meeting this. My vice president's on this Zoom right now. Idrissa Marshall, I met her through Instagram. She's currently a 6-figure earner with our company. Her business is doing $1.2 million a year, all from referring people to our services. And now she's about to be driving off with a free Mercedes from our company, or from just sharing information with people, guys. So the opportunity to be able to change the trajectory of your family, or whatever it is, if you just need to be a part of something good, we have that. We get training and support. You also get the opportunity to earn an unlimited source of income. We get paid 8 different ways. One of the ways is weekly. We get paid $100. And just to share with y'all down here while I'm talking, and I'm kind of new at this Zoom, so bear with me to share so that you can kind of look at it if y'all want to. This is the business opportunity right here. For anybody that you share our information with to get started for the credit, which our services is only $89 a month, and a one-time activation fee of $99, $188 for what most people charge $1,000 for just to get started and not even to know what they're gonna do. You get to make $100 every time somebody gets started. There's no cap to how much you can make. You could do this as many times throughout the week that you want and get paid on Thursday. Anything you do from Sunday to Saturday, you refer somebody, just simply refer. I didn't say you need to know credit 101. You just need to refer them. We explain it to them. If they get started, boom, you make $100. So if you referred 5 people in a week, on Thursday, you could get $500. If you referred 5 people in a day, that's $3,500 that you can get on Thursday. Another way is residual. Now, I don't know if everybody know what residual is, but they say that's real wealth is built. They said that if you don't have any residual in your financial portfolio, you will work until you die. This is real wealth is built, guys, by having residual money, getting paid while you sleep for doing something once. Okay, you get $12 every time somebody pay their monthly fee at $89. So if you was referring to 5 people in a week, that's 20 people in a month. That's $2,000 in commission plus another $240 in residual. If you was referring 5 people in a day, which the type of platform that Shawn has and most people that he's in business with, they got like 20,000 followers on social media. Imagine if just 10% of those people, you invite them to these services and they get started. Imagine the type of income you could be generating off of that, let alone being able to put somebody in position to be able to help them. You figure 5 people a day at $100, that's $3,500 a week. That's $14,000 a month. Times 12 people, 140 people times 12 people residual. That's $1,500 in residual. All for doing something once. Another way that you can earn some money, you make anywhere from $100 to $560 a person when you introduce them to the business opportunity. Now, it's 8 different ways we get paid. I'm gonna just stop right there because that's definitely more than enough to give you the type of idea of the type of opportunity we have put in place for people to be able to earn some money. I'm talking about it. Everybody not meant to be a boss, but if you're looking to boss up and you're looking to be a part of something where you can earn additional streams of income or be able to be successful, this is an opportunity for people to be able to do that by just simply using their network and their platform of people or just your friends and family alone. So I'm not going to take up too much time with it because I know y'all got other people to speak, but I'm definitely open to answer any questions that people may have. And even I saw somebody in the chat say, well, I have good credit and that is the wave and I am a homeowner. For those people with good credit, what are you doing to protect your credit? Do you have identity theft protection? I don't know if y'all saw we include that. Do you have a living will, power of attorney, and living trust set in order? See, that's where we're lacking knowledge. People don't understand if you walk out the door right now and something hit you in your head and you was in a coma, if you don't legally have written down who you want to take over your affairs, the state is going to walk in and make those decisions. Even if you have kids, if you don't have it legally documented who you want to take over, them kids gonna go into foster care until somebody in your family step up and someone prove themselves worthy enough and fit enough to be able to take it. We include this in our services. Most people don't understand the importance of having these things in order to they find themselves needing these things. Don't wait to need to have it to then need it. Make sure you got it in place for when you need it, all right? So basically, I'm here to answer any questions. I'm gonna give the floor back to you guys. If you'd like to hear more, I actually have one of my business associates on the line. He was also a felon, came out of jail. You know, he was finding jobs, having to lie on applications, being left to go from jobs. I knew that he wasn't getting to the bag he was used to. I presented this opportunity with him. Now he's a sales director. I said to him, give me 90 days and I promise you, you'll be happy the position you're in. Now his business is doing $10,000 or more a month with us, all because he said yes to an opportunity to step outside of his comfort zone. So if y'all will allow me, I would like to bring him on just to share that real quick. If y'all have other people that may need to hear his testimony, he can break it down for 2 minutes. Zaza, Joseph, if you can come on real quick, just to kind of share with them.
Yeah, I'm here. I want to thank all y'all for having me and listening to my story too. Yeah, I was a person that was in prison. You know what I mean, I did 5 years myself. You know what I mean, and when I came home, I wanted to look for a better way. So I had a few different jobs I had, and one job I came across, it was a good job, and I was working there for maybe like 6 months to a year, and they wanted to promote me. And when they tried to promote me, they ran a background check. And when they ran that background check, my background didn't come back. They already knew that my background didn't come back, but they still tried to get me in the company because I was a good worker. But even though I was a good worker and all of that, they still let me go. I mean, so once they let me go, I was trying to find a way. I mean, and Nisha presented this business to me. I mean, she kept coming to me in the club like, Zaza, you'll be great for this business. And I brush her off like, nah, Nish, I ain't doing that. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, well, what she's saying, it does make sense as far as with the money go. Cause I ain't cared nothing about no credit. I was caring about, when I started the business, I cared about making $1. So I finally signed up to the business. And once I signed up to the business, I mean, the first one I signed up, she said, Zaza, it's gonna be a conference in Las Vegas. So I'm like, I just signed up. I just spent my money on this business. She's like, nah, look, I got somewhere hotels, they're gonna be for $100. Just come. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna want to miss the experience. So I was like, all right, Niche, I'm gonna do it. I signed up for the business. I might as well see what the business is about. You know what I mean? So I did that. So once I go to Las Vegas with them, I see all these people, man. And when I say these people, it's black people, man. Majority is black, Latino. You know what I mean? People that's getting money. You know what I mean? So that sparked me. You know what I mean? Now, once I left there, I said, man, when I come back to this spot, I'm gonna be a heavy earner, just like them. I mean, and my goal is to go back there next year and be a heavy earner. I mean, and once I came back, I got on my grind. You know what I mean? I got my team together, and I said we're gonna do this. And Lanisha and my other mentor, Ladrisha, they helped me out a lot. You know what I mean? Doing this, even when I ain't want to do it. They'll hit me when I'm almost asleep and help me get to my goal where I'm supposed to be at. I mean, so it's not just like I went there wanting to do it for the money, but I left there wanting to do it for credit. You know what I mean? Get my finances right. I left there wanting to do it for my legacy, for my daughter. You know what I mean? To have something for her. You know what I mean? And I did it for my family. You know what I mean? Basically. But my score went up. Look, I did that 3 months ago. My score went up 129 points. And I'm a sales director at this point. You know what I mean? And that was only 3 months ago. You know what I mean? I trusted in them and I seen results. You know what I mean? But that's it. I give it back to Lanisha and she can close y'all out.
Thank you so much for getting on and sharing your story. So, and that's what it's about, creating opportunities. And James, that's where you're going to be blessed at, because you're creating these opportunities and putting people in this position to be able to win. And that's what we're about. And thank you so much, Joseph, for sharing. He went from, and when I mean, I could run my business from anywhere. I'd be in Atlanta, Florida, from my phone in my living room, in my bed, however I want to do, I'm able to bring in commas on a day-to-day basis, all from leveraging social media, guys, and being able to help somebody like Joseph, or whether it's somebody else that's in a dark space or need to be a part of something big, all from the comfort of my home, from using my phone. And it's about working smarter, not working harder. So these type of opportunities that's put into place, guys, we got to stop passing them over because we fear what we don't understand. People want to say, oh, that's a scam. It's not a scam. It's not a scam. The real scam is getting up, going to somebody's job, working 40, 80 hours a week for them to just tomorrow say, we letting you go just because we want to. That's the real scam, where you just working to fuel their dreams. The real scam is that, the way society put in your mind, work 40 hours a week, retire at 40 for 40% of your pay. No. We about putting people in position so that they can have a 5-year retirement plan. When I talk about real wealth, man, it's about just changing our mindset. So I ain't gonna take up much of y'all time. Go ahead, James, Shawn, y'all can take it over right here. If y'all need more information, holler at me. Let me know it's because of Shawn. That way I can go ahead and give y'all more detailed information. Okay?
Yeah. No, that's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, that was peace. That was very informative.
Yeah, it was.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, I mean, we pretty much gonna wrap it up, guys. I know we got the rest of the evening. You know, I did want to just touch on one more thing. I saw it came in, the 20% down for the 400K house is a lot of money. But I wanted to offer up a suggestion for that too. You know, again, the world is our playground. You know, and so the more that we can network with people that look like us in other places where the costs aren't so high. You know what I'm saying? I come from the South, and you could buy a house that's bigger than the houses up here for a lot less. You know what I mean? And so again, it's about being able to network with certain people that may be able to get that price where you want it, where you can get in and play. You know what I'm saying? And so, again, there's always a way. A lot of times, you know, we just don't really think hard enough about it. And so that's why we want to be able to do this on a you know, more consistent basis. It's not a one-time deal. You know, we want to be able to encourage each other. We want to be able to drop jewels and pass nuggets, you know, back and forth to the things that we learn across different industries. Because again, you know, all of these things are possible, but you have to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be on social media with a purpose. You can't just be up there, you know. And the easiest way to sell people is through education, through information, you know. So the more you start learning about your credit, or the more you start learning about books, or whatever the case may be, the easier it is for people to come on board, you know. So I don't want to sell the dream as if you sign up and do the credit, that it's all going to be easy. You know, like my man Joseph was saying, man, like you gotta put in the work, and you gotta have a reason why. And as long as you have those people behind you that's willing to push you forward, you won't fail. You know what I'm saying? Because these people have already done it. And so that's what we're trying to create here. We hope, again, we're going to do another one hopefully next week, where we'll focus more on other opportunities for you to get money. You know, I do have other ideas and strategies that are proven to work, you know, to be digital for you guys to make money. So we want to be able to share all of those for you guys and for your friends, families. Again, it's about building generational wealth, financial freedom. This is what all of this is about. So, you know, if you guys have questions, reach out to any of us. We definitely love to talk to you. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing it. And so, you know, enjoy the rest of your night, man. Y'all be safe out there. Keep them, you know, vitamins and the meds. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And
word. And everybody, y'all, he said your why. That's what's going to take you to your next level. That's what's going to help you walk into your next season. Because when you really understand your why, that's going to be your purpose right there. Why, what you're getting up and you're doing it for. And if your why not big enough, and if it's not scaring you right now, then you need to rewrite a different why. Real talk, y'all. And if y'all want more information on what Shawn doing with the credit repair, we have another Zoom tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Nice.
Ask them for the link. I'll send it to y'all. It's about a 15 to 25-minute Zoom. Hop on and come get this valuable information, y'all.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a safe night.
No doubt, y'all as well.
All right. Peace.
Peace.